Hello there everyone, this is Jeff Perkins with JD Cutlery. Excited to be doing my first review on the new Reate Future. I'm going to go ahead and pronounce it Reate. It might very well be Reate. Nobody's really been able to specify which way is the correct way, so I am going to go with what comes out easier for me, and Reate is the way of the world for me. As you can see, the Reate knives all come with a very nice zipper case. It's all embroidered, has their information, nice quality little case, pocket for it to go into, keep it from scratching. It does come with one bushing or one washer and a couple of different screws. And this is new. This is the new certificate of authenticity. And of course it gives you all the different information on the knife and the future on the back. And this particular model is actually the stock model that they're doing right now. It's a bronze stone wash with a carbon fiber onlay. But of course, you guys know me. Would I leave something as beautiful as this in the stock form? Absolutely not. So what we've done here is we have taken it to a whole nother level. So like I said, stone washed on the bronze version, totally buffed out on my customized rendering. Then hit with the high voltage blue, and I've got a nice bronze satin finish pocket clip on the other side. We'll go ahead and show detailed pictures of both of these in just a minute. I did want to hit some of the specifics on this one real quick first. So this is a very good size knife. Overall blade length, you've got an M390 stainless steel blade that is 3.75 inches. Closed length is 5.01 inches, giving this an overall length of 8.76 inches. Good size knife, feels great in the hand. We'll show you more about that in a couple minutes. Overall weight, 5.3 ounces. And this is a custom collaboration that Reate did with Tashi Baruka. Sorry, I'm sure I've messed that name up, but it is a custom collaboration that they did together, and it is just a fantastic knife. I cannot get over, once I took this thing apart, I was so blown away with the design that went into this, and all the milling and all of the fine detail work that went into creating this knife. So now that we've got kind of the basics out of the way, I will go ahead and show you stock version real quick first. I probably won't sell it in this form just because I don't sell anything stock, but it does come nice carbon fiber onlay. It is an onlay, it doesn't sit flush, it's on top. It is carved into the handle some, but you can definitely feel the edge, and you can see it there with the camera. You can see the edge. You've got your Torx screws. All the screws and hardware on this, with the exception of the pocket clip, are steel. So all the different screws that are in this one are steel. Of course, you have your nice steel lock bar insert, and as you can see, the pivot is bigger on this side than this side. And to have this in the hand without taking this apart, you have no idea of all the additional work that went into this. This is one solid piece of titanium that has been milled out. So this is one big chunk of titanium. They milled their little arrows into it, and on this one you've got blue on the bronze. You satin finished the top edge. Cool thing with that pocket clip, they actually gave you a hole for the lanyard. I was a little surprised to see that. When I first saw this in all the magazines and that type of thing, I was like, oh man, another knife I can't put a lanyard on. Because you know me and lanyards, I've got to have them. Although in this case, I actually have not put a lanyard on the knife because I think it looks pretty darn sharp on its own without the lanyard on it. And when you've got this one in your pocket, it's not a problem getting it out. And that's usually what I use that lanyard for. But again, hardware is all steel screws. You've got 2 steel screws in the lock bar insert holding that in. And then you've got this little one and another little one here. This one helps hold the onlay on, the carbon fiber onlay. This screw actually goes in and helps hold the blade stop in place. There's another screw on the underside of this they hid, which is nice. I think they did a good job. There's a couple screws that they've hidden here that you can't see, so it makes it a little cleaner as you're looking at it. So that blade stop, which as you see this blade out of it, is just a very unique design. So the blade stop's got screws in each side. It's chamfered in there so it actually fits in on this side. It sits in, then you've got a screw from this side and then a bigger screw on this side to help lock it into place. This pivot is very interesting. You can see it's a little bit bigger on this side than it is on this side. So what happens is this screw holds the pivot in place. The titanium on the underside here the hole is much smaller, and this screw is what holds it in place. This entire piece is just sitting inside the titanium. It's not sitting on top of a ledge or anything like that. It's just kind of sitting right in there. That holds it in place. Well, I take that back. There is a little tiny ledge on the inside, but this part is all flush, so it just kind of goes right in, slides in, and this screw locks it in place. So it was a very interesting design. You've got the pivot piece. There's a bigger bushing underneath that is part of that pivot, so it goes a ways down in. And then of course you've got your bearings that it's riding on. The design with the lock bar insert on the outside is very nice. It's good, clean looking lock bar insert. Would have been nice if they had the opportunity to shave the edge of the screw down there. Let's see if I can get that to focus in. As you can see, that edge sticks up just a little bit. Now that would be something that's pretty hard to do because as you loosen that screw, of course it's going to turn differently. So that's, in reality, it's not something that you're going to hold against them, just because if they did try to bevel that to fit the contour of the knife, if you had even a little bit of play in that screw, that kind of thing, it could very easily throw off the contour and then you'd have the bevel in the wrong place. So it's understandable why they didn't do that. Have your M390 stamp, and of course the Tashi Baraka. Again, I'm sure I said that wrong, but that's the designer's logo with, of course, the Reate on the other side. But why am I showing this bronze one so much? This is where the money's at. So, like I said, got a stone wash on that one. This one we've buffed out, gotten rid of that stone wash, have a nice shined up surface, high voltage blue on it. Of course, goes all the way through because the handle is solid, no backspace or anything like that. I did go ahead and satin finish the pocket clip to give it a little bit of standoff from that blue. Looks really nice. I didn't take the time to do the arrows a different color. I could have, but I was in kind of a hurry to get one finished up of these. I might do that on this other one when I take it apart to do it. I'm thinking about going a green with maybe the blue arrows on the back or purple arrows. we'll see how that goes. But carbon fiber is very sharp looking, kind of a marble carbon fiber. Again, your steel lock bar insert, the cutout for your lock bar going into that nicely smooth and contoured handle. Now this one, I was on the fence at first. That blade, I think you either love it or you don't love it. It is a satin finish. You've got satin finish going this way, and it seems like maybe a machine satin finished going up and down on your cutting edge. And as you can see, cutting edge starts right about there because of the way they made the grinds in here. You've got to start somewhere. Of course, you can't start all the way back, so they start the edge there. Very sharp knife. Not my favorite blade shape that they've done. They have done the nice chamfering in the blade as well. This thing flips like a champ. I love where the flipper is located on it. It's up top. You just slide right straight down, and that beauty just locks in for you. Incredibly smooth, as always. Blade will fall right in there, and just the action on that thing is super smooth. It is a big heavy blade, so it flips nicely. It feels fantastic in the hand, and where I wasn't as happy with the blade shape, the handle shape is fantastic. As big as this knife is, it kind of disappears in your hand. You've got absolutely no hot spot where that pocket clip is. I've got a large hand, and it fits in just perfectly. It does not feel like a huge knife in your hand, and it is a good sized knife. You've got a lot of steel in that blade, and you're really going to be able to cut with it nicely and that type of thing. So functionality on the blade I definitely like. Got a lot of belly for cutting stuff. The action on it is beautiful. Centering is right where it should be, so we're looking good there. Lockup is probably about 25% on it. Very good lockup, and again, the action on these things is just super smooth. Both of them stock, same sound, whether I've worked on it or not, and really there's nothing to do on this action. Detent's perfect. I love the way they've designed the flipper on that one. Just another big win for Reate. If you've got the money to put it into these knives, it's definitely worth it. Every knife that they make seems to be a step above. I mean, every time they design something new, they're coming out with better ways to hide screws, more milling, more refined features that you're just typically not going to see in a factory knife. Definitely, I would definitely call the Reate knives a mid-tech knife. These are knives that are being CNC machined and then hand fitted and put together. So definitely the mid-tech category, but you are looking at the features of a custom knife. So for the price range, you really can't go wrong. As Reate continues to go, they do get a little bit more pricey and a little more pricey. This version they do have with a Damascus steel blade. You can get it with the carbon fiber, or you can get it with the Damascus insert. Very good looking, but then you're pushing the cost of a custom knife at that point. These I've got to look at the pricing. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to be at on them, but you're in the $400 to $450 range on this model for for the stock version. Of course, you can get it with the M390 steel blade as well as the Damascus inlay, or you can get the or you can get the Dama steel blade with either, like I said, carbon fiber or Damascus, and they are doing a couple different finishes. But this bronze and the stone wash is a pretty sharp looking finish. But of course, we've got to put our own twist on it, because why should you have to have something that everybody else has got? So we want to give you that opportunity to get even more of a customized feel on this very high-end, very quality mid-tech knife. With that being said, I'm going to get ready and wrap her up. Over the next probably week and a half to 2 weeks, you will see a flurry of different Reate knives coming through. I've got a couple Torrents. I've got, of course, one of my favorites, the Horizon D. I'll have one of those with the carbon fiber handle and titanium on the other side. I've got a couple more waves coming through here. And I've got another of the big bad boy, the Fallout, that I'll be doing. I've gotten a little behind on some of the stuff. I've probably got another 20 zero tolerance knives sitting here, and a couple new things that I'll throw out in the videos. Some more Damascus lion steel, that type of stuff. But with that being said, please check us out on our website. We are at www.jdcutlery.com. The site is staying as the standard website until probably mid-June, and then I will go ahead and switch it over. I'm going to go into more of a store format, but of course you'll get all the pictures that you need and that type of thing. It'll just make it a little less labor intensive for me, because keeping this website up and moving pictures around and posting things takes a while, so I'm really hoping that storefront is going to make a big difference for me as far as time. Hopefully I'll be able to put more time into production of knives instead of putting pictures together and getting everything posted on the website. But thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one.